So for this lesson is we're continuing from creating our optimized media and changing our playback to about quarter resolution so that we can have a much smoother experience in editing this project. Okay. I already selected all the footage and brought them into our master bin, and it's time to kind of analyze them. Okay. So this is part of your editing. It's logging. I know you're all excited to do this. You're dying to just watch these videos repeatedly, but it's still not a very normal or standard representation of files here. Okay. I know we have more files here than ever, but these are still highly curated files. You can see how many audio files that you guys see. There's only two waveform files, right? And you can probably tell that we have certain categories here. We have three talking heads. Talking heads, what we call interview shots like this. Okay, I know. Remember, background. This is very inhumane industry regarding you're just talking head, meat shield. It's you're no one. All right, so we're gonna put like a little category, right? So under the master bin right here, I will create multiple bins. So I'm gonna create audio. I know we don't have to do any of this, okay? It's just a practice, okay? Rule of thumb is if you can see all your videos and audio and photo without scrolling your media pool, you probably don't need any bins, okay? Because there's not a whole lot, but it's just for practice, okay? So I made an audio bin. I'm going to transfer my audio files in there, okay? And then, of course, we have our talking heads. I'm going to create another bin. Talking head. I'm going to go back to my master bin, and I'm going to select this footage right here, drag them in there. It's just we're kind of Martha Stewarting our bins, okay? Where you make a drawer for your left sock and your right sock. Imagine waking up like, honey, you put in the wrong drawer again. Like, oh no. Okay. Anyway, another one is that we have the shots right here. The file designation is PHNTM. These are phantom footage. They're shot with a phantom flex camera. If you're not familiar with that, it's that camera they use on YouTube where they break watermelons, they pour water balloons on someone's face, and it's in super slow motion. I would guess here that we could actually see the water beads. This is probably shot, I'm guessing here, 2,000 frames per second. Okay, 2,000 frames. So the reason for that is so that you can convert it to a slow motion. So these are already baked, meaning they used to be high frame rate files that they were baked into their slow motion videos already. So you're seeing them in slow motion footage already. Okay, what does that mean? There's 24 frames per second if we're shooting at 24 frames. So imagine 2,000 frames per second. So I don't know if you have a calculator or whatnot. If you divide 2,000 by 24, you can play 1 second. Remember, 2,000 frames a second, right? So that's just 1 second. So let me just humor you on this one. So 2,000 divided by 24 is 83. So meaning if you shot something 1 second, 2,000 frames, you can play it in real time about 83 seconds. Not amazing, okay? So I guess probably not 2,000 frames. Maybe this is 1,000 frames per second. What does your iPhone or your phones can do? 240? 240? And that's super smooth, isn't it? And then you can cheat also. You can put software on top of it to even slow it down depending on the angle. Okay, so I mean it can go kind of crazy. So here I'm gonna put here, just gonna call them slow mo shots, just so that we know those are the slow motion shots. So any of this thing with phantom in them are slow motion shots. All right, and last, do you see any file designation here that there might be audio on some of these files? And a little note icon, you see it? All right. So there's some shots right here. Oh, Okay. Okay, with audio. So, but just keep in mind they gave you those footage so that maybe you could use the sound. All right. So, or the engine, more like asphalt. All right. So anyway, they're there. So we can kind of categorize this into two sections. Um, all the shots right here that has that greenish tint, it's like being in the Matrix, isn't it? These are all, let's say, studio or interior shots. Agree? There you go. All right, so I'm gonna put another bin interior, and then I'm gonna go here and then make another bin exterior. I'm not gonna separate the exterior with sound because there's only 3 of them. Okay. So I'm gonna drag all the ones with that matrix look into the interior. There you go, and then all the shots into the exterior. All right, so basically we just kind of, when we go to our edit right here, then we got them in category. I can just select here and then I jump to those, okay? So we're not overwhelmed. The whole point of making the bins is we're not overwhelmed with the footage all dump in one bag, okay? Just to kind of put them in a little order. All right, so that's our kind of, not logging, but more like arranging our stuff, right? You still got to watch these and then kind of study them because, like on this one, what is that thing you see in front?
Shadow.
Yeah, that's equipment right there. So that's a no-no. Can't use that, right? Not unless you want to get 0, but you know. Let me go to the interior. You do the same thing right here. If you watch closely with the reflection, you see equipment. You see it? All right, so stuff that you can't use right or bad. This is part of logging. This is part of understanding which footage have equipment, which are no good at starting, so on and so forth. Okay, so all right, so part of your logging, and we're going to end the lesson here.